Well, it's me again. This is Michael from Jesike Biking. I know it's been a long dry spell since I got back to my bikes. I'd like to thank all my subscribers for hanging in there with me during this time. But for those who don't know, I've been suffering from spinal stenosis since October 2015. And in the last year and a half, I've had to deal with walking with a walker because I couldn't get around. It was pretty bad. It was just like overnight. And I've had 3 injections so far, 2 in the last 6 months. The 3rd injection feels like it might take hold to the point where I've gotten back into my bikes, which I've sorely missed. But in the meantime, I've been kind of like filling my time with playing Fallout 4 and watching Fallout 4 videos. And lately I come across one young lady down in Carolina, I think it is. Her name is Jules Smith. She kind of goes off on the beaten trail. She walks to her own beat, and it's so much different and much more refreshing than all the others that I've watched, because she doesn't follow a quest line. She does her own thing. So anybody that's into Fallout 4 heavy, you want to check her out. Her name is Jules Smith, and she is on her 2nd run through her Fallout 4. This time she's playing as Rose the Raider. Before she was playing as Fiona the Minuteman. So, but most she's about level 40 something. I'm not quite sure, but she's got some good stuff. So check her out. This next build that I did, I was working on it a week before I came down with my health issue, and I still worked on it time to time whenever I could, because it was sitting near the workstation up there, so I didn't have to do a lot of lifting, but still it very limited my time. So without any further ado, let's check this puppy out. Yeah, this is what I came up with. It's a cargo bike, a 3-wheel cargo bike, using 2 different bike frames and other miscellaneous items I got from Goodwill. The first is I started with plates. I made my own bracket using a reflector, and I come across from Goodwill this. You have to really get it tuned in. And of course the lights work and everything. It has a blink that I leave on because I can use these other 2. And as far as coming up with this idea, I was doing research on another bike and came across this little thumbnail of a picture. It was only like about a 1/2 inch by 3/4. And it wasn't big enough for me to see what I needed to do. So what I had to do is I had a CAD program on my computer up there. I had to go through and do it there. Now, this was a 1-speed 20-inch fixie, but what I did was I put a 3-piece crank on it, or not a 3-piece, but a 3-speed crank on it, so that's where I can change my gears. This lever here is what I use to keep it lined up with my sprocket. And then on the other side of here, I can change the gearing down here. Now I had to do a lot of bracing and a lot of alignment up here, so what I did on the back part, I took I think this is an 18-inch bike, and I mounted the forks down on the where the chain stay and the seat stay mount, and up here I used a bicycle handlebar stem as a seat post, and had to modify it to the point where I had to really torque this baby down in order to get it to stay right. And then of course there's a little tube up there I can put sodas in up there and drop them out. I did have it chain driven, but I had difficulty keeping the chain on from here over to back here, but it was difficulty because I think maybe because of the 2 different size tires interfered in it. And of course I got my little box here in the back, and on the bracket, oh excuse me, the bracket here that holds the light on, I fashioned out of a BMX handlebar. So basically I had put a flashlight in there and gutted the whole thing because someone left batteries in there and corroded it all. So I drilled a hole in the back and mounted a flashlight and mounted it to use as a blinker signal. And of course, being fascinated with English cars and motorcycles, I put the good old Union Jack on there. So basically, I modified a BMX handlebar to this fashion up there to give me a little more of a grip. And then of course I have a behind the seat bracket there that I can put in the front and mount stuff in there. So basically, here's the gearing for the crank. I can change it from first, second to thirds. Third's a little hard to get, especially at my age. So basically, this is something that took me almost 8 months to put together, but I definitely love it. So until then, this is Michael from Jesike Biking, hoping that I will be able to keep my health to the point where I'll be able to keep up. I've got 2 other bikes on the lift and 1 at the workstation, so I got some work to do. So till then, bye.